welcome back to Q&A with...
You can't say it.
Moving on. I know. Who's gonna sit here and go, yeah, well, here's what I was thinking, guys. Here's the question I got for you guys today.
Yeah.
Is that he does, and that's how he sounds.
He's spot on. Spot on impression.
Uncanny. But we do have a question today. So yeah. This is me and producer Kristen in the back. Hi, Kristen. We're talking a little bit. And we were talking about the fact that we were doing this little cake decorating for Alyssa Dutton. So the question for today is, have you ever had a bad baking or cooking fail?
Bad cooking fail. Yes. I remember, it was maybe just it's not really a fail. Just a cast iron skillet, just kind of setting off the fire alarm or the smoke detector in my college dorm. Other than that, not too much.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a pretty solid cook. I just don't bake.
I've had a couple doozies, and I think the thing is that I am very, I don't want to say like creative necessarily as much as it is like, as long as you follow the directions, like what could go wrong, or just very, what's the word? Positive? It's not positive, but just kind of like, I can.
Optimistic?
Maybe optimistic when it comes to cooking. I'm like, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't be too complicated. Couple cooking fails off the dome, and I've talked about a couple of these. The hot dog incident.
Okay, what happened? Oh, yeah. When you completely burnt the hot dog to a crisp.
To crisp. They were black.
Yeah.
They were black hot dogs. But that was like less of like, well, I guess how do you fail in cooking other than what I did? So I don't know what excuse I was gonna make up. But I just put it in the oven and I forgot to set the timer.
How do you fail? I mean, you can completely botch. I feel like failing is more so, well, I guess you can fail when you cook, but grilling, that you can really fail with, like, for example, completely burning the hot dogs, completely messing up a steak, that is a sin, I feel like. If you completely just leave that steak just kind of unattended and you let that thing burn without checking on it like at least 10 times.
Oh, see, I lean medium rare to rare. So the idea of just like leaving the steak. And
then it's just overdone. No, not a fan. I will say that, good grill masters, there's a feeling when you know your meat's ready to flip. You don't just, check the timer. You don't just, There's a feeling. There's a intuitive feeling that you have when your meat's ready to go. Another trick that my dad taught me growing up was, if you're cooking burgers, put an ice cube right on top of your burger. Oh. And once that ice cube melts, not only does it make the burger juicier, but once you flip it, it's perfect.
We should get out the grill. We have a grill here at the station. Get out the grill for football season. I'm
down. That'd be cool.
You gonna grill?
Yeah, I can grill.
Ooh, can you do like kebabs?
Kebabs?
Yeah.
I can attempt a kebab. I've never done a kebab. Not really a kebab guy.
But you'd be willing to attempt it though.
I will be.
And that's what happens. That's what happens with me.
Yeah.
Is I'm willing to do it. So like, okay, going back to the fails a little bit.
I feel like it's hard also to fail these days because you have ChatGPT right next to you to give you your directions.
Yeah. If you trust chat. I don't trust chat. I have to go and verify everything like somewhere else afterwards because I just get so like, where are you pulling that from, you know? And like I wonder like maybe if I had like a better understanding of how it works too, because like, are you pulling from like 5 different recipes and then like throwing those all together? Because that's not like, cooking and like baking is kind of like a science where like you do like a ratio of things for like a reason. It's like quite literally like chemistry. So I feel like it does matter. I get a little weary when it comes to like recipes and cooking with ChatGPT. Although it is really, really frustrating when you're trying to find a quick recipe and then you've got to scroll through someone's entire life story of like, this recipe was my great-great-grandmother's and then it was passed down to whoever. I serve this at every family, blah, 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 blah.
Thank the Lord for the hold the screen and you can double the speed on those reels, those videos. And on top of that, you can pull the cursor over and skip all of that.
Well, I guess I was talking about like in like on like blogs, on like websites.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that how, if you're cooking something, do you normally go to TikTok or do you go to websites?
If I'm cooking something, if I want to cook something, I'll probably either go to chat, YouTube. YouTube's a good one. I'll probably just YouTube
Really?
it. Yeah.
I think I do like a fair mix of, I need to like visually, like I need to like read and kind of have like the numbers in my head about it and like the steps, but then I also need to watch a video. Because sometimes things are just like, cut an onion. And I'm like, well, how do you want me to cut this?
Yeah.
So then that's when I go on TikTok
I think you're
and I'll look up.
overthinking that.
But sometimes it matters.
Yeah.
Like it matters for like the texture of like the food. I don't know, I think it matters.
Really?
Yeah, like I'll give you an example, like pot roast. You just kind of like slice that thing in half and you like set that in there like that. But then if you're doing like my Frito casserole, like you want that like diced, and like you wouldn't want like whole onion halves, but like you wouldn't want like these big old chunks of onion in it.
So I guess it does depend on your dish, especially a good crock pot meal, possibly putting in maybe like half the onion inside of that to add the flavor. So yeah, I could see it. Diced onions too. I feel like diced is the way to go.
I love
for
onions.
About almost everything.
I really do love onions.
Anything on tacos? Tacos. Do you make home fries at home?
No,
like
I don't.
breakfast potatoes?
Oh, I've never referred to them as home fries.
Chop up your potatoes. This is what I do every morning. I get my knife, I put it on the cutting board, chop up my potatoes, and I cut them into basically fours, right?
Yeah.
And I'll throw them in my cast iron skillet, hit the oven, and then I'll let the oven preheat to about 400 degrees. But then I'll throw the onions inside. I'll cut those up about diced. It's not a perfect cube, but they're relatively diced, right? And I let those cook with some garlic salt on top. Ladies and gentlemen, avocado oil, garlic salt, onions.
Oh, avocado oil.
Throw them in the oven, 400 degrees, 25 minutes. Fantastic breakfast potatoes.
Is that like a meal prepping thing you do, or do you do that like every morning?
Every morning.
Weekday mornings? And what time do you get up?
What time do I get up? 2:30.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Well, when I say every
For this
morning,
shift.
I mean our lunch break.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm picturing like, okay.
You're picturing me waking up at 1:50, 1:45 in the morning to get all this prepped up, and
Yeah, that's why I was like, that sounds like
I can't.
like
do that. I can't.
American Psycho.
Yeah, I
Okay.
couldn't do that.
Okay.
I mean, I tried it like in the beginning because, like I usually can't start my day without breakfast. But then I realized this shift is not really, you're kind of just waking up the entire shift.
Yeah.
You're gradually waking. It's like doing your cross. The best way I put it in the beginning, like when I first started, was like, you're really starting your day with a crossword puzzle. This shift is kind of like that when you're getting and especially the first 4:30 show, you're just kind of getting your brain going. And once that happens, then the rest of your shift is spot on.
Yeah. I tried doing all like the meal prepping things in the beginning. Here's the biggest issue that I feel like I ran into, but also as I've gotten older, I've gotten really like snacky.
Yeah.
And I love food and I eat a lot. And I was realizing that what I was kind of doing was I would eat before the shift, then on my break, which is after like our shows end, then I'm out on break then. And then I would eat, so eating before work, which was like around 3, and then eating when we got out of the shows, so like around 9ish, and then would get off work around 1, and then eat again, and then I'd want dinner, and then I was basically having like 4 meals, and that was like not not good for me. So I've kind of like cut down on that as well, and like kind of figured out like a new eating routine, which was interesting because at the point in time I was realizing a lot of like my routine was really messed up was when both you and Alyssa joined the morning. And that's one of the main things that I remember saying to the two of you guys is like figure out your eating schedule and figure out your sleeping schedule. Like get on that early, because now I think I have the healthiest sleep schedule and eating schedule now.
Yeah.
Like this is the best point in time that I've had that since doing the morning. Because now I can't stay up late, super late anymore. So the latest I feel like I can stay up is like 8:30.
And I can't sleep in anymore.
Nope.
The latest I can sleep, I used to be able to sleep in until probably 11 or 12. No, not anymore. As soon as I got the shift, I'll jolt awake at probably 5 on the weekends, and I'm off, mainly because of that stress. You know, you gotta hit that alarm, and sometimes when you don't hear it, you kind of have like
the panic.
The panic.
The absolute.
The panic is. It's there.
I
did it this past week, and I went home into Jacksonville, and I woke up I jolted awake at 6 o'clock, and my first instinct was to rush out of bed and look at my phone. It said 6 o'clock, and I didn't know where I was, and then I realized, oh wait, I'm in Jacksonville.
You're allowed to sleep.
Yeah.
6:15 is usually the time that I feel like I wake up on average on the weekends. Because it's around there that there was a time recently I woke up, I was like, what time is it? It's gotta be like 10 o'clock. I feel like I've slept forever. It was 6:15.
6:15. Yeah.
Which sleeping until 10, like that it takes effort.
Yeah.
Now, where I feel like sleeping in for me is now like 8, and then I'm like, I just can't.
Yeah.
Can't really sleep past it anymore. I had another point about something with sleep. Oh, do you ever take afternoon naps?
I do.
Have you ever had
Sometimes.
the experience of I took an afternoon nap somewhat recently, and I woke up at, again, it had to have been like 5, maybe like 5:20 or so, but I woke up and I saw it was 5:20. I'm like looking out the window, and the sun, maybe it was later than that, because it looked like the sun was kind of going, like the sun was going down.
Yeah.
But at that time, it looks like it does at like 6 in the morning when the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
So I check my phone, I see it's 6, and I'm literally like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And I'm freaking out, absolutely freaking out. Producer Evan was there and had to let me know that it was still the same day and not, in fact, the next morning.
Yeah.
So that was really stressful, and that's happened to me a few times now. A few times now where I'm like, oh my gosh, I slept past it.
Yeah. The most I've done, well, when I take afternoon naps, I don't really like taking too many naps. If I take a nap, it'll probably be, I like to keep it to around an hour, but sometimes I will not keep it at an hour. I will oversleep that hour, and it'll end up being 4 hours. That is the worst feeling, because you end up and you're like, oh my gosh, where am I? And you look at your clock and it's 4 or 5 o'clock, and you intended to get stuff done around 2 or 3 o'clock, and you're just kind of unmotivated to do anything else after that. So, yeah.
Day's ruined.
Mm-hmm.
In that same vein, because of our schedule, our digital content producer had sent me a message on Friday, and you know the news day is still going. It had to have been around like 4:30, around 5ish, like in that time. She had texted me saying that she needed help with like a login, and I was already asleep. I was exhausted. It's Friday. That's all I wanted, was to go to bed early. So at probably around 4 o'clock, what was supposed to be a nap turned into I wake up the next morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And like I'm checking my phone and I see this message from our digital content producer that's like, hey, can you log me in? I got logged out. I really need back in. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that was sent. I had slept for, let's do the math there. That's 15 hours. Is that right? 15, 7, 8, yeah, 15 hours.
15 hours. Wow. That's impressive. Now, what have you, so back to the topic of cooking, right? What has been a dish that you've created and you'll just never forget because it was so good?
So maybe not, well, I have terrible memory, but maybe not, so forget, if you set all the ingredients out in front of me, would I figure it out? Because it was kind of like a pasta puttanesca kind of thing, where in college, it was actually, me and my roommate had a pasta that we made all the time that we would just get bored of a lot of the food that we had on campus, and we didn't have like a whole lot of money to like go and make something up every night. So what we'd actually do is we had like, you know, one of those like pass systems to get whatever food. And I went to this like salad bar and I'd get like my salad base would be like spinach, and I get like tomatoes, mushroom, grilled chicken, a couple other veggies. And then we'd maybe go to like Walmart and get just like a box of orzo and chicken broth. And so what we'd do is we'd steam that spinach from that salad and then grill some of those veggies on the stove, and then throw that orzo in, toast it, then do the chicken broth, and then throw all those veggies on top with some of that broth in there, and turn it into a pasta. So it was just like our way of taking like that like salad and then making it into a more caloric meal.
That sounds amazing. That sounds really good.
Really good. It was like just such a little like a little staple, and we were always eating that. Sometimes we'd put like sausage in it. That was really, really good. But that's like the only thing that like I feel like we ever like made, or that I ever made. She was a really great baker, and she was really good at cooking. I was always kind of like my mom's sous chef growing up. So when like she was in the kitchen, then I was just kind of like there to like pass things to her. But it was never like, I don't know. I didn't really like cook like myself much. What was really cool actually is one of our producers, Alex, got me onto at one point this meal subscription, which I thought it was going to be like a have you ever seen like Factor meals?
I don't think so. I don't believe so.
Factor meals is almost like Weight Watchers, where they like would send you like these,
I've seen Weight Watchers. Yeah, I don't know about Factor meals though.
They're like these like frozen dinners that like, you heat up.
Send them in the packaging, and
So he had told me about this like one meal plan. I think it's called like Every Plate or something like that, and was like, oh yeah, I think like you would love this, whatever. So I was like, well, I might as well try it. And like, you know, when you share something, then it like gives that person the discount, and then you get like a discount, whatever. So I went ahead and ordered some. And again, I thought it was going to be those like pre-made frozen meals. It's not. They send you a big bag of groceries, and it is every individual like thing where like you're just getting like a tomato, you're getting a thing of garlic, you're getting like all of these like individual things. So it's like helping you learn how to like cook these meals. But I thought I was gonna get my food all prepared for me. So that was like kind of an upsetting week where I was like, great, now I've got like all this food and like I have to make it when I get home every single day. I cannot believe I've done this to myself. But it was so much fun. It was actually super cool because it gives you like a whole lot of like step-by-step things. I think it'd be really great for anyone who's like learning how to cook.
Yeah.
But me and producer Evan were having a really fun time like kind of switching off and like doing some of these meals and like learning how to like cook a couple things that weren't in like our rotation. So like I know how to make like spaghetti, and like again, I might want something and I'll be like, yeah, I'm sure I can prepare that and figure it out and cook it. I don't think there's been anything that I've made that was like terrible. Like I've never had like a food fail where you eat it and you're like, it just wasn't good. It's like it's like it's either good or it's disastrously bad. Yeah.
No in between.
None.
No, it's one or the other.
It's like I've either burned it or I've never forgotten an ingredient, which is nice.
Actually, take that back. The other day, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. So these jalapenos, it was whole jalapenos. They looked like peppers. I chopped them up, and I thought they were peppers. And I put them in the cast iron skillet. That was awful. That was a mistake. I got a little bit of the juice in my eye. Burned. Yeah. Don't put your jalapenos in a cast iron skillet with unwashed hands. Because you're gonna, and rub your eye rather. So.
In that same vein, I have a really terrible story. And again, I feel like I've shared this in a Q&A before. I had a really beautiful garden at one point. I was really, really passionate about my garden. I miss it so dearly. I think in the coming months, I'm going to have a garden again. I'm really, really hoping I'm going to have a garden again. But I had cayenne peppers.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved my cayenne peppers, but I didn't really understand how to use them at first.
Yeah.
So I was making a pasta, had some friends over, and chopped up these peppers, threw them in there. I was like, I'm not sure they'll be that spicy. I proceeded to put red pepper flakes in the pasta. Ended up using 2 whole cayenne peppers, seeds and all, and lit everyone on fire. Just lit them up.
I'm sorry.
So that was really fun. I can't remember if I did this with the cayenne pepper or if I don't think I ever had jalapenos. I had jalapenos growing at the time that I sadly had to leave my garden behind. But I think it was my cayenne peppers. I was chopping them and I itched my nose. And then it was like one of those situations where like my nose itched my nose, and I was like, now my nose feels weird. So then I'm like touching my nose, not realizing what's going on. And mind you, I still have the cayenne juice that I didn't realize was on my hands, still on my hands. So every single time I'm going, what, my nose like hurts. It starts tingling at first, and then it starts burning, then it goes numb. And when you get like pepper, any kind of like pepper up your nose like that, it goes like numb. Then it feels like you're only breathing out of like one nostril. It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. And then you have like a runny nose situation going on, but you can't even feel that your nose is running because it's so numb from the spice of the pepper. And I was just trying to figure out like what to do. I was like, surely the thing to do is put water on it. You're not supposed to. What they say you're supposed to do is take olive oil, maybe like soak like a little thing of like a cotton swab or like a cotton pad or tissue or paper towel, and like basically stick that up your nose to help the burning.
Wow.
So
Was it effective?
It worked.
Yeah.
Eventually. But when I tell you, I just kept on making it worse, and it burned. Peppers.
Cayenne peppers.
I'm gonna have some more. I'm so excited. I'm excited to have a garden again. Maybe this time not fruits. I was really good at growing peppers. And tomatoes. I loved my tomato plant until it was like taken over by spiders.
Oh man.
And then I don't do spiders.
Yeah.
So then what happened to that plant was like between the plant and God. I was not involved anymore. Well, thanks so much for joining us for this Q&A. We'll be right back with more news and weather.